How's it going, folks? And welcome back. It's episode number 62 of Park 2 Primera. Today, it's a big one. It's the penultimate episode of the season. 5 games left of the year. 3 of them coming your way today. 2 more tomorrow. Editing Jack has got his work cut out, and today's first game is against Atleti. Now, last episode, of course, we crashed out in the Champions League quarter-final against a superior Manchester City side. We did, however, since we were last here, secure a Champions League spot, and with that, my transfer budget was set for the new season. It was 24 million, about £1.1 million in wages, and I've spent it already, and we've spent it on this man, Pedro Porro from PSG, 10 caps for Spain, really good young-ish player. I say young-ish player. He's 27, he's still very much in his prime, super talented player, and I think he is the solution to our right-wing problem. We talked about it a little bit throughout this season, the fact that, I don't know, Jonathan Martinez, as good as he is just a little bit limited in the wide areas. Pedro Porro, we have agreed to sign for 34.5 million. I asked the board to sign him, made a board request. They agreed he'd be a mighty fine acquisition. Really nice thing about this guy is he can also slot in at right back. For us, he's certainly going to be playing out on the right wing. You can see here, important matches he loves, very consistent performer, great natural fitness. I'm hoping that he is going to just be a nailed-on starter for us for the rest of his career. Some real quality, we needed it, and yeah, it does leave the idea, I suppose, of an end-of-season kind of transfer special in the balance, because I mean, as things stand right now, I have no money to spend. But our financial troubles, if you want to call them that, they're not today's problem. Today's problem is this, the La Liga title race. There are 3 teams separated by 1 point. Our first game today is against Atleti, and with 5 games left of the season, we are, of course, looking for that unbeaten end to the season. If we just search title? Here we go. This is what I wanted to show you. This is my favourite news inbox edition in Football Manager in recent years. I love it. Here is how the title race ends. Now, unfortunately for us, Barcelona, who are top, have a relatively easy run of games that they certainly shouldn't be losing over the next month. As for ourselves, well, today we've got 2 tricky games. Away against Atleti is not going to be simple. Real Valladolid is not going to be simple easy. Beyond that, though, some certainly winnable games, particularly the last 2 of the season. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, they've actually got Vallecano and Betis still to play. But similarly to ourselves and I suppose Barcelona, their end of the season isn't too tricky. It's a little bit of a long shot. Second place would not be bad, but considering we're 1 point behind Barcelona and we're still unbeaten, I really want to catch them over the next 2 episodes. And well, in order to catch them, we need to start things off with a bang against Atleti. And this is the team that I am going to be using to hopefully achieve just that. Ramadani in goal, Perez, Velez, Galarreta and Zivkovic at right back. In the centre of the midfield, Tonali and Kapanu. They've got a lovely green link between them. Since Tonali joined us, of course, in January, he's looked like a really good player. As a result of his wages and how much bigger they are than everyone else's, the wage demands of other players have slowly crept up. There's a few players looking around feeling like they're underpaid, but I think the net benefit of Tonali has undeniably been a really great thing for this team. Higher up the pitch, we've got Pablo Torre with Avramides to the left, Martinez to the right, and Sia Pina up front. It's a tough game. Away against Atleti, it's not going to be simple. Let's hope that we can grind out a result. Now, in terms of the Atleti team, it's actually a pretty strong squad. You can see here, they've got some of those players that you recognise from your Football Manager saves. Rafa Leao up front, Ferran Torres in the midfield alongside Koke and Sander Berg, Jose Jimenez and Milenkovic in the middle, Oblak in goal. There is a reason that they are 4th in the league. I'd argue that they have a better squad than us. But of course, we've just been, well, quite habitually, I suppose, grinding out results. They're playing a 4-4-1-1. I think that's a pretty nice formation for us to come up against, in all honesty. Away from home, though, it's not going to be easy. But part of me wants to win the league. Another part of me really wants to go unbeaten. That does mean, though, a draw here would be enough for that. Realistically, if we draw here, Barcelona are going to run away with the title, you would imagine. We will keep an eye on the other games throughout. I think Barcelona are taking on Alaves, but really, we have to focus on our own game here. We need to get a result here before we worry about what's going on elsewhere. And while that ball by Zivkovic could leave us in trouble, Rafa Leao, though, bringing it forward, is tackled away, and now we can maybe launch an attack. Avramides, Siapina, back to Avramides. That was so fortunate with that bounce, but we will take it, and it is 1-0 here. Wow, I thought that we were going to leave ourselves exposed, but Galarreta won the ball back superbly, gave it to Tonali, who brought the ball forward. Avramides played it into Siapina. He was blocked with his shot, but it fell very fortuitously to Avramides to slot into the bottom corner. I can't believe we were talking about selling Avramides last season. There is no way in hell he's going right now. He's been absolutely superb. Elsewhere, Real Madrid are winning and Barcelona are also winning. So the actual complexion of the top three hasn't changed at all since kickoff. Also, Barcelona 4-0 up after 32 minutes. It's 5. Right, well, they're not slipping up today, so I guess the task at hand is to make sure we maintain the gap to Barcelona. I'm going to tell the players I'm far from pleased. Despite that one goal that we scored, not a whole lot else created in that half. We need to be a little bit better in the second. If we just have a look at the match stats, you can see here we're edging out the game, which can only be a good thing. But a second goal would certainly give us that breathing room and give me a little bit more room to relax, shall we say. Anyway, Vélez with the ball, plays it to Perez. He's going to run down the line here, inside to Avramides. Really nice build-up play, it has to be said. Ball switched over by Tonali. That was ambitious, but he picks out Martinez. His shot is saved. And, well, Atleti are going to get that away from danger. But Tonali pulling the strings in the middle. That is something we really, really like to see. Pablo to Capanu. Forward back to Pablo, who has recently signed a new deal with Bayern Munich, by the way. So the hopes and dreams of getting Pablo on a free are on hold, at least for now. As Tonali, I mean, he has to do better there. What was that shot? Corner here for Pablo. Options in the middle. They're queuing up, but Jimenez is going to get it away. And Alphonso Davies, he is quite a quick Canadian. Dribbling down on the ball, got ball on goal. What happened there? I think Zivkovic did some... go back. What happened off the ball here? I think Zivkovic just tripped him up and the ref's not seen it. Oh, it's genius. The dark arts. I don't know what we've just seen. Zivkovic is just committing murder. Just kicked him. Good job there's no... Well, actually, there is VAR, but good job it hasn't seen it. Martinez, his shot saved and cleared away. Few chances falling the way of Martinez. Sadly, not finding the back of the net with them. All in all, really, really happy with this performance, even if we are only a single goal up. I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to bring in Marca here. Elsewhere, Pablo Torre's not at the best of games. I'm going to bring in Calderon for him. Calderon has not featured, actually, I don't think, as much in the team this year as he did last year. But off the pitch, he's developed really, really nicely. So let's throw him into this match. Hopefully, he's going to be able to stand up and be counted. Half an hour to leave his mark on this game. I mean, statistically, we have been really good in this game to the point where I don't really want to worry, although I will worry about that Avramides injury. Brian Hill is going to have to come in for him. Good job we saved a sub. But 14 minutes left. I still want that second goal. I still need that insurance policy, that bit of breathing room that we're currently lacking. Atleti have attacking talent. They've got players like Alphonso Davies, Rafael Leao, Timo Werner. The fact they're in fourth is kind of a bit shameful, really. And, well, so was that effort. That was so far wide of the mark by Rafa Leao. Free kick for us to deal with here in the wide area. Milinkovic is there. It bounces across the 6-yard box. And Atleti, they get that equaliser. All those chances that we had, all those chances we didn't quite take, we might come back to regret. Ball is whipped in and it just bounces through the corridor of uncertainty. The keeper doesn't come for it. The defence doesn't deal with it. Torres is there at the back post. And, well, we've made all our subs here. I don't really want to change too much because we're playing quite well. But with 4 minutes left, we need a goal. We need a chance. Jose Marca has come in at left-back. He has already agreed to leave the club at the end of the year. But he's still a useful squad left-back for us at the moment. As Tonali is gifted possession. And then shoots like that at the end of it. What was that? A matter of minutes left. Part of me wants to go really attacking here. Part of me wants to keep the unbeaten season alive, even if we can't win this one here. Sadly for us, with this result here, we are going to be, well, even further behind Barcelona than we already were, unless we can get a very, very late chance here. which simply put is not going to materialise. And, we draw 1-1 in a game where, I mean, I'm gonna level with you. I think we were by far the better team. In the latter stages, they came back into it, to be fair, but we had chances and we missed them. Jonathan Martinez letting us down today. Let's hope the Avramidis injury isn't too serious. Elsewhere, Real Madrid managed to scrape by with a 1-0 win. Barcelona, by comparison, won 6-0. What that means to the league title race is that we are 3 points behind Barcelona. I'm trying to remember now what the sorting rule is in the league. So it goes to results between teams and then goal difference. So we drew against Barcelona 3-3. And then the reverse fixture, we won. Did we win? I can't remember. Did we beat Barcelona last time we played them? I can't find the result, everyone. No, we drew against them as well. But we drew scoring more goals away from home. I don't know if that even matters. I don't think away goals matter for their head-to-head. I mean, I wish I knew. What I do know is we've got the better goal difference, even if they've just won 5-0. What it does mean is that we are still in with a chance. We've still got hope. Unfortunately now, we're also looking for Real Madrid to drop points, as well as Barca, which does feel a little unlikely in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, we've got 5 games left of the season. Our next game, if we just take a quick peek, is going to be against Real Valladolid in a week's time. Hopefully a slightly easier one. They're still a very good team. We have to win. If we don't, this season might just fizzle out into nothing. I forgot to check an Avramidis before I went. I think I want to cry. I'll sit back in a week. Bloody hell, 6 months! Okay, folks, game number 2. I can't believe that Avramidis got injured. It's been a week in game. It's been like 10 minutes in real life, and I've just been sat pacing around my flat thinking, why? 6 months injury from now. He's probably not going to be back until October next season, which, I mean, it's nothing short of a disaster. And after the season that he's had, where he really has stepped it up, I feel like, and scored huge goals for us, it is just a really, really bitter blow. The only silver lining really here is that Bryan Gil gets a chance to start in the team. Throughout this year, the kind of dilemma has been whether or not to start Martinez or whether or not to move Avramidis across and play Gil on the left. Gil's had a great year. He's now going to get to end the year playing on the left with Martinez on the right. That's not a combo we've used too much this year. The rest of the team, though, is going to remain unchanged. Our opposition, of course, in Real Valladolid, we actually lost to in the Copa del Rey earlier on this year. So I would quite like to get some revenge on them today. Could be interesting to see how we cope without Avramidis. As we know, based on those other previous results, we absolutely need to win this one. We need to keep the pressure on. We need to keep our fingers and toes crossed for a Barcelona or Real Madrid slip-up. But we're at home here. Our form's been hit and miss at best. Let's see how we get on. I'm nervous for this one, but an early corner might settle my nerves. Pablo whips in, it's headed away. I mean, imagine if they catch us out on the counter-attack now. For how lethal we've been from corners all year. I mean, the ball through is superb there. Was it not offside? I don't think it was, but Perez with a heroic block from left-back is absolutely superb. And, already, bad news. Pulisic has scored for Real Madrid. They are now top of the league as things stand. Barcelona taking on Osasuna today. And in fact, Real Madrid are winning 3-0. So they're probably not going to slip up here, which means we absolutely have to win this one. And whilst I have got it in the back of my mind that the next games for us should be simpler, they should be easier games, we can't afford to slip up again after the Atleti result. And even if we go flawless in our last 4 games, it might not now be enough. But we've got to be in it to win it. We've got to do our best. And Bryan Gil there, losing the ball. Not in the best of positions, although maybe we can force a turnover in possession here as they look to build it out from the back. Vallecano. Valladolid. It's the other team beginning with V. They're 2 teams, to be fair, Vallecano and Valladolid, who have become kind of almost best of the rests in the league. They've both been very, very solid. And well, with an effort like that, we need to be wary. Ramadani tips over the crossbar. We now have our own corner to deal with here. It's going to be Alba to whip it in towards the back post. Velez, though, on this occasion, heads it away. And hopefully that's going to be the end of that as Bryan Gil puts in an inch-perfect tackle. 27 minutes gone, though. Still 0-0. Although for how long? As Brian Hill, I thought for a second he was going to be played through by Tonali there. The pass was overhit, but we have a highlight, and with it, we have some hope, perhaps. Ball is going to be lumped forward. Zivkovic steps up to win the header. Nice play by the right back, and well, he wins the ball back again there with a really intelligent knockdown as well. Martinez to Siapina. All on his lonesome. No one really in the middle yet. May need to hold up the ball a little bit. In the end, goes to Zivkovic. Back now with Kapanu. What can he do? Lays off to Sandro Tonali, who's been really, really influential, it feels like, in this and the previous game thus far. Kapanu. Zivkovic at right back. Back to Kapanu. They're having their own little game on the right-hand side. We're going to find the ball into the box. Siapina back to Zivkovic. The build-up play here is beautiful. It's scintillating. And at the end of the day, the ball's going to hit the woodwork and go wide. But it was nice football. Shame there wasn't any end product. And, well, maybe there can be an end product this time. Perez whips in. Siapina can't get there. Again, it's cleared away. Oh, we're getting closer and closer. And we could get even closer. Pablo whips in. Velez heads over and he hits the woodwork. It grazes the top of the crossbar. We're all over them, but for all the 6 shots we've had, we're yet to hit the target. And, well, funnily enough, you need to hit the target to score. But maybe we can turn it around here. Martinez, Zivkovic, Pablo, options inside. Tonali is there. Fred through Brian Hill. What a pass that was. And that shot was blocked and goes wide. What a tame effort at the end of it. One of those ones that I look at and go, would Avramidis have scored it? Could he have scored it? Well, we'll never know. He's not on the pitch. He certainly couldn't score it in his current state, as oh my word. I think Pablo Torre just did a Rabona. Completely unnecessary. It's still 0-0. I'm not sure why he's showboating. And we've had 8 shots. 0 on target. 0. 0 points. And if we now concede before half-time, it would be such a bitter blow. There's an air of inevitability about it, although that overhit pass maybe is going to let us off the hook here. I want us to score. We've been the better team. Martinez now with the ball. Options to his left and to his right, to be fair. Tonali, Pablo, forward to Brian Hill, who, well, manages to shrug off that tackle, and we still have possession here. Pablo, Siapina dropping deep, of course, as that complete forward. Martinez lays it off to Brian Hill. That's what we're looking for. That's the kind of finish we needed. And from one wide man to the other. Martinez with a elusive assist there as well. He's not had nearly enough of those throughout the year, but make no mistake, this goal is all about the finish. The build-up play was nice, but there was still a lot to be done there as Brian Hill hit it first time. Maybe as Keita in goal for them should have done a little bit better, but we're not going to complain about that. We take the lead, and I think when you look at the XG story, we do more than deserve that. Worth noting that elsewhere, Barcelona are still drawing 0-0. Real Madrid, by comparison, still in the lead 3-0 in their game. I mean, if Barcelona slip up here, that could be pretty big. I don't think a draw is good enough for us, but we'll take any kind of slip up at this moment in time. Still a lot of time left to be played in that game, and of course, the fixture here is not all said and done. There is still plenty of time left in this game for this fixture to turn. I want that second goal that we can get against Atleti in this second half. I want that cushion. Brian Hill, Perez on the overlap, the left back with tons of space, inside to Brian. He plays it in, it falls somehow to Siapina, and he grabs his 33rd goal of the season. That's not a little bad return, is it? Or that isn't a bad little return. Little bad return? We can go with it. It's not a bad little bad return either, is it? Where are we going with this? I mean, how did this even get into the middle? Bossi clears against his own defender. And Siapina, he's like a fox in the box. He's got the reflexes. He's got the anticipation. He gets there first. Goals either side of halftime surely put us in the ascendancy here to win this game, no problemo. I say all of this as they now whip in the ball and narrowly head over. Jack, do not get complacent, even at 2-0. Throwing on the far side. This has been a game of plenty of highlights. I wouldn't mind a third goal for us here. We've got men streaming forward, it would seem. Brian Hill on his lonesome. Fred through Siapina. What a pass that was. Pretty difficult angle, but not difficult enough for this man. It's 3-0. It's goal number 34. He's on for his hat-trick, and I'm going to say it, this game is done. The unbeaten season has 3 games left. Imagine if we go unbeaten and still don't win the league. How would I be meant to feel after that? I don't even know. I can't even put it into words. Barcelona is still 0-0 as well. Don't want to give us hope, but Barcelona is still 0-0, and oh my word, I thought that cross for a second was going to end up in the back of the net. It was whipped in from the right-hand side, nearly snuck in, but was dealt with. I mean, if goal difference is going to be a factor between ourselves and Barcelona after their previous 5-0 win, I wouldn't mind us kind of dishing out a hammering here. It could prove crucial at the end of the season, although Giallo, through on goal now, lays it off to Molina. Still got to do our defending. As good as we've been going forward, defending is still needed as they have the ball at the edge of the box here. Alba with it. Giallo. Molina clean through. Has to finish it. Does not finish it. That was awful. Maybe let off the hook slightly there. Making a double change here as well. We're going to bring in Calderon in the middle and Hardy out on the right-hand side. Remember Hardy? He's still here. With the injury to Avramidez, he finds himself on the bench and Martinez was struggling a little bit, so we've made some changes. And Osasuna have just scored against Barcelona. There is minutes left in that game. If it stays like that, we go ahead of Barcelona, I'd assume on goal difference, and suddenly the whole title fight complexion changes as Hardy scores. Remember the name. When he comes on, he scores for us. I feel bad that I don't play him more. It's 4-0 here. Osasuna's goal there has just popped up in the bottom left. Now we just need them to hold on against the odds here. Hardy, little kick through the keeper's legs. And, 4-0 here. We deserve the lead in this game. We've been really, really solid. And 1 minute left of this game. Is there time for a fifth? As we've already mentioned, goal difference could prove crucial between ourselves and Barcelona. So goals are important here. Siapina bringing it forward. Options to his left. Can he pick any of them out? He can't get the ball in. Might get a second chance here. Tonali, edge of the box on the volley. That might be a contender for goal of the season. Oh, my word. Not a bad first goal for the club. He came in January. Big price tag, big wages, big expectations. And I'll tell you what, it's a bloody good goal, isn't it? Siapina, edge of the box. Tonali, bang. Pick that out. 5-0. What an emphatic result against the team in 7th. Wish I could have seen a little more of this against Atleti, but we will take it. And we were really, really clinical there. Solid at the back. Very, very pleased. The question is, did Osasuna hold on? Did they keep that 1-goal lead? And the answer is they absolutely did. And with that, you can see we go ahead of Barcelona, and our goal difference is way, way better because of this game. 3 games left of the season. We are trailing Real Madrid by 2 points, but, and it's perhaps a big but, I think we have the better head-to-head. Indeed we do. Of course, we beat them 7-0, and we beat them 2-1. So if Real Madrid draw and we win, we'd go ahead of them on head-to-head. You can see here the head-to-head between ourselves and Barca. Now, I still don't know if away goals count. It shows us as being ahead of them. Regardless, we've scored more goals and comfortably more goals because of that recent result. Wow. Another twist in the title race. This is one that is really going to go down to the wire. And, well, speaking of which, we've got another game to do today. Jack, this was a triple header, mate. Get your head in the game. We've got Villarreal next. They've had a really disappointing year down in 15th. We're playing them again in a week's time. Plenty of time to get rested. We should beat them. Can we beat them? Let's go find out. Wow. Okay, no messing around. We have a window of opportunity. Now, yes, the window does rely on Real Madrid not shutting it in our faces, but for the 3rd time today, we're back. It's Villarreal. We really, really should be beating Villarreal. They are down towards the foot of the table. I really didn't realise how much they're struggling. And also, that win for Osasuna leaves them, with a little bit of a cushion outside the relegation zone. So fair play to them. Dare I say that Barcelona are now no longer the threat? I probably shouldn't say that. Ultimately, however, these last 3 games of the season, as we discussed at the start, for all the teams, are games that should be won. Real Madrid, they've got Levante in 18th, Elche in 13th, Alaves in 14th. We talked about Barcelona's games. They shouldn't have lost any of them. They just lost to Osasuna. As I already mentioned, 2-point gap to Real Madrid. If they draw, we just have to win our remaining 3 games and we are champions. I'd almost be more upset if we go unbeaten and then don't win the league, in all honesty. In terms of the team, exact same team as the last game. We just won 5-0. Why change a winning formula? Avramides, I don't think we missed him. Dare I say it? I don't think we missed Avramides in that last game. Hopefully, we're going to carry on from where we left that last game and go into this game and just murder them, and I hope that Real Madrid slip up elsewhere. We will have a keen eye on their game. They're away against Levante. We are, of course, away from home, and an early Vélez goal really could have set us on our way. Unfortunately, his header goes just over. Throw in on this near side. As much as I want to worry about the Real Madrid game, we have to do the work in our game first. As Tonali, oh my word, that nearly went in. He nearly had 2 goals in 2 games. And unfortunately for us, Barcelona have taken an early lead and Real Madrid have had an own goal scored in their favour. So, yeah, suddenly that pressure, it's on us to get the result that we need here. As things stand, we'll be down in 3rd. And we're already quickly approaching half-time without even a shot on target. I mean, that is... throw a water bottle. That is water bottle throwable, I think. Bryan Gil is in tears in the corner. He's looking down and uninspired. You know who is looking inspired? Hardy. Bring him in. Bring him in. He scored in the last game. Yes, it was an inconsequential goal towards the end. But he's been a little game changer for us over the years. And Levante have just equalised against Real Madrid. I repeat, Levante have equalised against Real Madrid, and we now really need to win this game. I don't want to, put too much pressure on us. We really need to win this. Corridor in for Capanu on a booking. Elsewhere, Siapina's not had a good game yet, but he's the kind of player you just leave on the pitch because you know you can turn a match around from nothing. Pino with the throw-in for them. Perez wins it. We need the goal. Hardy lumps it forward to Siapina, who takes it down really well. He is all on his lonesome here. So much work to do. He has got Martinez at the back post, kind of lurking away. He goes all on his own lonesome. He hits the woodwork, and it's going to be cleared away. Siapina nearly pulling a rabbit out of the hat. I mean, Real Madrid are now actually drawing. And we really have to win this game. We really have to win this game. And I think there's one man who this game is made for, and his name is Mexica. He's coming on for Siapina, who's been disappointing. We've really, really got to go for this now. In possession, a little bit more direct. Whip the balls in. 15 minutes to try and get a goal here. And we really, really need it. I will not forgive myself if we end up drawing this game. I mean, we could still lose it. The unbeaten run is in jeopardy because I am going more attacking because we need goals. But we may need to do some defending here first. And Yeremy Pino scores for Villarreal within seconds of me making the changes to go and get a goal. Oh, can you imagine? I won't forgive myself. We've just not showed up in this game at all. Siapina, our star man, has just not put in a performance. There's so much fortune about the block shot falling straight the way of their attacker. And as things stand, I mean... As things stand, we're third. We're third, and it's not enough. I've got no subs left. I've got no hope left, really. I didn't want to go more attacking. I wanted to stay on positive because I was scared that they'd get a goal. I mean, imagine if the unbeaten run just crumbles here. I've left it way too late, really, although their late goal was such a sucker punch. Oh, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Oh, we've overperformed so much this year to go toe-to-toe with these teams, but if we're going to lose this game, aren't we? The unbeaten run in the league ends at Villarreal away. For such a lucky shot that was blocked. We created a flurry of chances at the end, but it wasn't enough. And while Real Madrid, they did slip up. They didn't do the business, and it means that with 2 games left of the season coming your way tomorrow... I mean, we have a mountain to climb. Our goal difference now to Barcelona isn't that great because they won 5-1. Oh, I just feel sad. I just feel sad. What a gutting way to slip up. We just didn't create anything. None of the players showed up at all. I felt like we had to go on the attack. We had to go further forward. But we just ran out of steam and ran out of creativity in that game. And it's kind of tough to take. Anyway, folks, tomorrow we end the season. 2 games left. We do theoretically have a chance. I think the window of opportunity did just get slammed shut. We've jumped for the window to get through this metaphorical window, and we've missed. We've not made it. 2 games left. We'll look to win them. Las Palmas and Granada. 2 games that we should win in all honesty. And of course, next episode, we will also have the traditional end of season roundup. I hope to see you guys for that. Another disappointing end to an episode, much like yesterday. This is becoming a recurring theme, and that's without thinking about the fact Avramidis has broken his leg. I'm going to go have a cry. I'm going to go and have a mental reset. We'll be back again tomorrow. The end of the season's going to be big. I hope to see you guys for it. And well, until then, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you all in a bit. I'm out.